Hey everyone, welcome to the Back Talk Show. My name is Stephen Funches. Thank you for watching. This is a special edition of the Back Talk Show where I'm going to talk about 23-year-old NFL hopeful Michael Sam and his coming out this past weekend as an openly gay man. So as you all know, most of you have heard that Michael Sam has come out saying he's an openly proud gay man, and he's received a ton of positive support and unfortunately a ton of negative support too. So I'm going to talk about this, give a little bit of my feedback, because that's what I do. First thing a lot of people are saying is, why is this so important? And people are saying, who cares? Who cares that he's coming out? And number one, this is very important because we live in a society where unfortunately people have to hide who they are when it comes down to being gay. A lot of people, because people have negative things to say. Some of them are disowned by their family and their friends. They're rejected, just a lot of different negative things happen from when people come out. So we have to make this a big deal when people come out. We have to embrace them, and we do have to make it a big deal. Who cares? Well, we should care. This is a nation that we continue to progress in. We live in a country that is full of progress, and we're definitely not where we need to be when it comes to accepting and embracing people that are LGBT and just treating them just like normal citizens, because trust me, it doesn't happen. And you'll see one of the reasons why in a minute. I'm going to read a couple of the tweets that were written about Michael Sam coming out the closet. So another reason this is important, a lot of kids, some as young as 12 and even younger, come out to their parents and are put out in the street after they come out. Yes, put out in the street at 12 years old, 13 years old, disowned by their family, and they have nowhere to go. Thankfully, there are support systems and support groups and different organizations to help assist them. But to be disowned by a family at such a young age, or at any age, is very disheartening. And this is why we have to show these people coming out of the closet support, and we have to be sure that we embrace them. Some of the negative comments that were read, I'm only going to read a couple of them because they were a lot of them were very nasty. So I'm going to read a couple of the ignorant tweets that were tweeted. One of the tweets says, "These faggots stay coming out of the closet, F Michael Sam." Well, let's be very clear. Trust me, there are a good percentage of gay men in the NFL and the NBA that are not out of the closet. So if people think that staying in the closet is going to make them more of a man or make them straight, I just hate to tell you that's not the case. This just happens to be a man who's coming out and discussing and being open about who he is, which is very, very brave. When you live in when you live in a society where the sports portrayal is typically a straight man who's masculine and all this other stuff. When you have someone that comes out as gay in a sports world and that's active, or that's trying to be active, he's not even in the NFL yet. He's going to be drafted hopefully by one of the teams, but he's not even in there yet. So he's going into his NFL career as an openly gay man, an openly gay black man, might I add. So to say that he should stay in the closet, another tweet I read said that he should stay in the closet, he doesn't need to come out, stuff like that. Why do people have to hide who they are? And again, goes back to my point of me saying, people fear for their lives. They fear for being rejected. They fear for these kind of comments. They just fear for being accepted. And, when you read these comments, especially people from your own community, from other black men, it's very, very disheartening to know that your own people don't support who you are. And it's disheartening for me to hear that, because we should all embrace people. We're a melting pot of cultures in this country, people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, everywhere. And trust me, we have it good here. There are countries that will, put you to death for being gay. And unfortunately, to me, makes no sense when you base someone's, in pretty much every religion, you're going to hell or whatever, they're hell for being gay, which completely makes no sense because you cannot help who you are. You can't pray the gay away. You can't change who you are. It's just a part of who you are. So these people that always have something negative to say about someone's being gay, to me, is just, number one, very ignorant. Number two, it's just not nice. So the next comment I want to read is about Michael Sam's coming out of the closet this past weekend on Twitter. The next one is, "I'm sorry, but there is no room for Jason Collins and Michael Sam playing a man's sport. Ain't shit manly about being fag." Well, let me tell you this. There are men these are men that play the sport, and there's no difference between you being a man that's attracted to men and you being a man that's attracted to women. You just have a different attraction. Doesn't make you any more of a man or any less of a man. So you're not more manly because you like women. Trust me, there are people, if you're watching and you're straight and you're disagreeing with what I'm saying, there's people that you probably talk to on a regular basis or have talked to or come in contact with who you think that is cool and you have no idea that they're gay. Maybe because they just don't feel like they have to tell you, or just maybe because you just don't know. So trust me when I tell you, there are people out there that you would never suspect that are gay, that are comfortable with who they are, but just don't feel like they have to tell everybody, which you don't have to just tell everybody, just live your life. But we're not there yet, so we have to embrace, again, someone coming out of the closet. The next comment, I'm just going to read one more, is Michael Sam's father has failed. F all his accomplishments, records, and etc. Your son's a faggot. Those are some strong words. To call someone's father out, he doesn't even know his father, number one. Number two, prime example, I have 2 brothers and a sister, 2 stepsisters and a stepbrother. So I'm the only one that's gay, and my dad did a great job at raising all of us. All of my parents did. So I don't understand that comment about him saying his father failed. It has nothing to do with anyone. You either are gay or you're not. You can't, it's not something you just decide to do one day, not something you just wait and say, oh, I think I'm going to be gay today. It's just a part of who you are. I've been this way my whole life. This is coming first person gay man. This is a part of who I am. So this is why we have a lot of DL men in our society, because the profile of a gay man typically is someone that's effeminate, someone that's flamboyant, that's really, really feminine or something like that, or it's in the fashion that's real girly. Just that's the profile that society has built about a gay man. And unfortunately, because a lot of men that are gay, that are DL, don't feel like that they fit that image, they become DL, and they don't want to say that they're gay because they don't want to be identified as effeminate, as less of a man, because of comments like that, or because of how society has painted a gay man. So the bad part about that is you end up only hurting yourself, because you're creating this false fabricated person, and these people think that they know you, but that they really don't know you. They just know who they think that they know. And you're just doing your own self-damage because you're not allowing people to embrace who you truly are. You know, you have, unfortunately, men that are married to women that are DL, that are gay, that are afraid to be who they are because they don't want to disappoint anybody, but they're compromising their own happiness to make other people comfortable. And to me, that's just not a way to live. You should always be who you are, embrace who you are, love who you are. And unfortunately, until we get to a point that society makes it normal for gay people to be normal, we have to embrace these people coming out. You know, people say, I've heard people say, well, I don't care that you're gay, just don't bring it, or just don't flame it, or I don't want to see it, or don't flaunt it. Well, let me tell you this, straight people flaunt it all the time. They have pictures of their spouses up, they have their wedding photos, their prom pictures, their wedding rings. If that's not flaunting it, I don't know what is. So to say they don't want to see gay people flaunting who they are, I don't know what that means by that, flaunting. You're just living your life. So again, if you're gay and you're struggling with coming out, and you're struggling with this and struggling with wondering what people are gonna think about you, I'm gonna give you this piece of advice. You always have to put yourself first. You have to make sure that you're happy with who you are. Don't compromise your own happiness to make other people happy. Don't put on a front and say you like one thing when that's not really what you like, or who you're attracted to, or who you are. So I can say that, yes, it may be hard. Yes, you're gonna get people that are gonna talk bad about you, but until you accept and embrace who you are, you're never gonna allow that energy of people to really know you and attract the people to who you really are, because otherwise people are gonna be attracted to a false person that doesn't exist. So embrace who you are. Let's embrace these people coming out. Let's make it comfortable for them. Let's not say these negative things about people coming out. Let's just embrace it. Let's make sure that we allow people to be who they are, whether you're black, white, straight, gay, anything. We should be comfortable to be who you are in this society. I always use this as an example. People say, why do we have to come out? This is a prime example right here, and it's sort of an analogy. So imagine that we're in 1900 or maybe 1850, and let's say we have slavery that still exists. So let's say that we have, even though racism is still very prevalent in this country in 2014, let's just say we're in 1850 where, you know, slavery is very prominent, and it was legal for slaves and legal for lynching and all that other stuff. Let's just talk about this for a minute. So say that you have a person like me who's very, very light skinned, who can actually probably pass for white. I am half white. I can pass for white. I'm very fair skinned. Let's say we have the technology we have now, but let's say this is back in the 1850s, okay? And let's say that I'm living as a white man. I'm not telling anyone I'm black because I'm afraid that I'm going to be killed, I'm going to be lynched, and I'm going to be whatever, because I'm black. The one drop rule. So I just keep quiet and just say I'm white and I live as a white man my entire, part of my adult life. And let's say that, I'm a 30-something-year-old man that decides to come out on social media. And let's pretend that this is back in the day, but let's say that we have social media that we have now. So I'm so scared because I'm afraid that people are going to disown me because they think that I'm white. And let's just say that I come out and say, you know what? I'm tired of living a lie. I just want everybody to know I'm actually mixed. I'm actually a black man. And I know this is very hard for me, but you know what? I have to be who I am because I'm tired of living this lie as a white man. I'm going to be who I am. I'm black. Either you like me or you don't. And imagine someone like that coming out back in the day as a person of color. Imagine the treatment that they would have gotten from white people who were racist, or white people that were, that lynched or that killed black people for being black. And imagine, because it was, okay back then, according to whatever it was back then. Imagine me coming out and saying that I was black back then, and worried about being killed, and worried about being lynched, and worried about being, whatever, and being afraid of being rejected from my friends who were white, or rejected from, my white side of my family because I was just tired of living a life. Well, that's an analogy essentially as to what this is. This is a part of who someone is, and because he felt like he had to be who he was and he was tired of living a lie, that's all it is. You just are embracing who you are and letting people know this is who I am, and this is all me. Either you love me and accept me for who I am, or unfortunately, move on. So again, I try and put that analogy in a place so people understand the importance of coming out in this day and age, and coming out as a gay man, as a gay black man, especially in the sports industry, the NFL and the NBA. Those are huge things, huge things and huge accomplishments to do. So again, I'm going to say this one more time. If you feel like that you can't come out, do some self-observation. Make sure that you can embrace who you are before you can think you can allow other people to embrace who you are. If you don't accept the fact that you're a gay man and you want to continue to live on a DL or live a lie, then you know what? You're not allowing yourself, you're not loving yourself enough to accept who you are. If you, again, don't live your life to make other people comfortable. The people that will love you unconditionally will love you unconditionally. I've heard people get married and say, I don't want to disappoint my family. I don't want my family to disown me. And they will live a lie, tight-lipped their whole life, live a lie as a straight person just to please their own family and put their family first without putting their own self first. That's the biggest mistake you could ever do to yourself, because you're not allowing yourself to be all that you can be, as Oprah Winfrey once said. So, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. So again, embrace who you are, accept who you are, love who you are. Everything else will fall into place. I hope I made an impact on someone's life today. Again, this is a special edition of Bat Talk. I'm still interested in having someone share this table with me and share this dialogue with me, that we can talk about these topics and give our opinion on them. If you're interested, email me, thebattalkshow@gmail.com. Let's meet up. Let's have some coffee and tea. Let's talk about our ideas. Please, again, if you live in the DC area and you're interested in joining me, email me, thebattalkshow@gmail.com. Once again, I'm Stephen Funches. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.